Let's see JavaScript classes. So classes are templates for JavaScript objects. So the important of class is, right, class is the main thing in object-oriented programming. In class, right, it combines both properties and methods in one unit, right? That is the main purpose of class. So if we say take this class car, right, it has properties like name, year, and it has a method age. Okay, so when you go for real world software development, right, it is easy. It is easy to design, right? You can treat the car as an object, and for that object, what are the different properties available, and what are the different methods available for the car. You can put all these things in one unit, and you can design a software. Okay, there are various advantages for that. So for now here, right, so I have created a class car, and these are the two properties for it, and these are the one method for it. So when I create an object for the class, right, I have to use this new keyword. I have to use a class name, and this is a constructor, right? Whenever you create an object, the constructor will get called. You are passing Ford, so Ford will be assigned to name, and 2004 will be assigned to year. So for this object, right, you have two properties, which is name and year. So these values will be assigned to name and year, right, for this object. So my car name will be Ford. This my car year will be 2014. Okay, and I can I can call the function using object. Object dot function name I can use, and I can invoke this function. Okay, so this is a base of classes, right? So this is a class, and you can create an object and assign it to a variable. So now my car is an object. Okay, so what is the other advantages of classes? Inheritance. Inheritance is, suppose I have a car class, I have big software here. Okay, and I can have another class as model, right? This model class also has a car name, right? And it also need a function present. So it need not implement the car name and present again in this class. Instead of that, it can inherit the car class. So the method is, you have to use extends keyword and the car class name. So the model class has inherited car class using the extends keyword. Now what is the use of that? So now what I'm doing is I'm creating an object for model class. I'm passing two strings. So the model class constructor will be called. Okay. So in the model class, this constructor is called, and I'm calling super. When I call super, the parent class constructor will be called, and the brand is assigned to this car name. This car name is property of car class. Okay, and the model has another property as model, so that is assigned here. Okay, this is how the constructor is getting called when you create a object for model class. Now I am calling a function in model class using object dot the function name, right? So in this function, right, I'm this refers to my car, correct? It refers to this object. I am calling a parent class function. Okay, this will work. This returns I have this car name, right? If you go and test yourself, okay, what will be the output? This show, right? This show, what is it doing? It is showing, this show is what you're putting in the demo, right? That is the demo is here. So what will become present? What is it doing? I have the car name. So I have Ford, and then it is a, what is the model of this? Model you already assigned to Mustang. It's Mustang. So which means with model object, you are able to assess parent class function and properties. So you need not write this code again here. So this inheritance, right, it helps in reusing the code. Later point of time, right, suppose instead of model, let's have as Maruti. So all the function and properties regarding a car, right, it is there in the car class. So Maruti also will have a car name. Maruti will also have some function. Okay. Similarly, if you have Hyundai class, right? Hyundai also will have the same names, right? You need not repeat in every class, right? Instead of that, you can inherit the car class and reuse the code. That is the main advantage of inheritance. Okay, there is something called a static function, static method. Static method is not bound to an object. Okay, what I mean by is, if you create any object, right, I can create many objects here. Okay, I can create one more object also, right? I can create one more object also, my car 1. This is Ford 1. Okay, now so for this object, the name is Ford. For this object, name is Ford 1. Correct? So every object has separate memory. Correct? Correct? So the function also will be specific to the object. You can how we can call a function? Object dot function name. Okay, but static function, right, it is common for all the objects. So to call a static function, you need not use the object name. Instead, you can use the class name itself. Car dot hello. See, here you are using the class name and calling the function, because it is common to all the objects. Okay, it is not. So here, right, so here I'm trying to call the static function using the object name, and it is throwing an error. Hello is not a function, because hello is a static function, right? If you just change this to just function, right? You have to assign hello like this. See, if I remove the keyword static, then it is getting executed, right? I'm able to access Ford and Ford 1 also is getting executed, and hello also I'm able to call. Okay, instead of returning, I'll just print a value. Okay, so that you know. Okay, so this is possible, but once I declare the function as static, you cannot use object to call a function, because the function is common. Static functions and variables are common for all objects. You have to use the car. You have to use the class name to call a function. If you use a class name, it works properly. Okay, and similarly, this is a static, right? It's common for all the objects. If it is common for, you're not calling a function using an object, right? So in that case, right, can I use this pointer here? Let's try to use this pointer and see what it is showing. Okay, see this pointer dot name, this refers to global, right? It refers to car. It's giving the name of the class. Correct? It's allowing to use this pointer, but it is not giving this name, right? Ford or Ford 1 is not giving. It's giving name of the class. Okay. If you want to access anything in a static function, then you have to pass the object. What is my object? My car. Pass the object here. Okay. O I will put. This O dot name I will put. Okay. My car you are passing, right? So it should be Ford, right? So it has to print hello and Ford. Correct? Now it is coming. Okay. If it is not a static function, then you call the function with that object, then you can use this pointer. Okay. Otherwise, you cannot use this pointer.